Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's visit Charles LecClerc Village! Charles LecClerc Village is a very underrated village. And we're going to show you all the sights and all the places that you should visit here in this lovely British quaint village. The village of Charles LecClerc has this rather beautiful church, which looks like it's older than Charles LeClerc himself, even though this was built in tribute to him and his success, or future success, as a Formula One driver. Even the window at the end is shaped similar to his helmet, as it's round. The church itself is sited here in a field, but surrounded by lots of dead people, which I always think is a bit spooky. This behind me is actually a gate, and that up there is actually a plane. But let's look at the gate for a moment. It's basically the world's first ever rotating gate. You know, like doorways where you have the swingy doors. And if you want to go this way around, it works perfectly. Isn't that beautiful? However, if you want to go the other way, well, no. That shows LeClerc's farm. He doesn't want you on there, but he wants you out. On the other side of the gate it says entrance to church only, but it's not. I mean, yeah, it can only go one way. But it's the churchyard, it's not the church. I mean, weird if you went through that and you went through a portal and ended up in the church. That would be bizarre, no, but there you go. Even the fences around here are very European. For example, this one, which is in Europe at the moment, subject to Brexit. I'm sat on a bench. No, there's more to it than that. This bench was put here to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee in 2002. The village wasn't here in 2002, it was only built 20 years ago. Which actually was 1999, so okay then, I'll let them off. Some of the houses were built in a very oldie style, like the ones behind me. Even though they're less than 20 years old, they look like they're about 300 years old, which is brilliant. Either that or the builders were a bit rubbish. This row of cottages is also only 20 years old, but again looks like it was built by some shoddy builders because it looks like it's going to fall down. Oh, very old. Either way, it's quite quaint. Next to this stone bus shelter, it is a bus shelter, look, there's the bus stop. Where's the bus stop gone? Where's the bus stop? It's all the way over there. It's an aeroplane. There's a lot of aeroplanes around here. Must be Charles LeClerc's friends flying in for a barbecue. Anyway, next to this bus shelter is a traditional British phone box. And, even more impressively, it's still got the phone in it. You never see that these days. It seems the internet has not arrived here in Charles LeClerc Village. There's a very handy road sign here to let you know where you are and therefore where everywhere else is. Unfortunately, I'm not overly sure where Warwick, Westbourne, Stratford or Hampton Lucy is, so I'm lost. Although this is not Cambridge or Oxford, there's still quite a few bikes around. As the internet has not arrived here in Charles LeClerc town, they still use these things, which are post boxes. You write things on bits of paper and then shove them in another bit of paper, stick a bit of paper on it, write where you want it to go on and then shove it in this thing here, and then it arrives wherever you want to go, as long as the bit of paper you've stuck on it is enough monetary value to get to where you want it to go to. Otherwise the people who you get it sending it to won't get it because, I don't know, it's too complicated. Just email them. That may or may not be Charles LeClerc's house. Actually, I know it isn't, but it may be, but it's not. Now, we all know Charles LeClerc is very, very rich because he races F1 cars. But he still looks after the old people, or the poor people even, because here is the Charles LeClerc Peasants Hotel. So if you're not very poor and you're a peasant, you can stay here, all on Charles LeClerc's bill. Isn't that nice? He's a nice guy. Charles has even built this pub stroke restaurant for the peasants who live around here. That's nice, isn't it? Now, I don't want to be a bore, but this is Charles LeClerc's main entrance to his fabulous little house that he's got. It's very small. It's only got 18 bedrooms. You just about see it in the distance there, which is about 4 miles away. You can visit it if you want to pay lots of money, but he won't let you in. This behind me is the medieval entrance to Charles LecClerc's park. You can go in there for only 15 quid a day. Well, for an hour anyway. There's even a handy map here, but you can't take it with you, so it's not that handy really. This behind me is a gatehouse, and Charles LecClerc likes gates. He likes houses as well, so this is perfect for him. We've even got a tunnel, which is a little bit like the ones in Oxford or Cambridge or wherever, but then it brings you out to the actual house itself, which is, let's be honest, it's a bit old-fashioned, isn't it? You think Charles LecClerc, young man, successful, Formula 1 future world champion, would have something a little bit more modern than that. I mean, it's even got chimneys. Who has chimneys these days? That said, the gardens are quite nice, particularly with these square trees, which is quite modern to be fair. It was a famous bus stop between Charles LecClerc and his mother, so he kicked her out the family home and built her this, which is basically a hobbit hutch. Charles LecClerc is a well-known carnivore, and he's even got a restaurant here that serves orangutans. I mean, it doesn't serve orangutans who are coming for a meal, I mean, it actually serves orangutans. Although he's done his bit for the peasants, he doesn't like them that much, so he keeps them out of his property with this huge moat. I say huge. A 5-year-old could get out of it, but at least he's made the effort. Unlike other Formula 1 drivers, Charles LecClerc isn't into these posh watches, Hag Touré and that kind of thing. No, he went to Cricklade once as a child, and he wanted, and he's now got, an actual sundial that tells you the time, except when you stood in front of it. But according to this, it's 3:15 too. So there you go, accurate. Again, to keep the pheasants out, he's installed this security gate, which looks very secure. No, but it isn't. So, well, having said that, maybe it's more difficult. It's actually quite tough. Maybe it's more difficult to pull. Yeah, it's quite secure. It'll keep people out. Oh, I've got a sweat on now. Charles's hobby is fishing. He loves it. He's got this state-of-the-art puddle that he fishes in. And why would he? I mean, why would you? Why would you fish? Ever. Charles has even had a secret island stuck in the middle of his puddle. And there it is. I mean, I can see it from here. It's hardly secret, is it? He also likes beaver. And as you can see, just in the distance there, he's incorporated some beavers, and there's building a little dam. But just right in the middle of the puddle, what's the point of that? Stupid animals. So if you want to go somewhere that's got a church that's adequate, it's also got a puddle that you can fish in, and a rich guy's house that you can't see for the trees. These trees are not square. You could do a lot worse than visit Charles LeClerc's village here, wherever it is.
Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's visit.
Sorry, Charles. But look at this. Lucy's church is so much bigger than yours. Nah. Till next time. Goodbye.